Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy, TPLF leadership is making extensive military preparations. Abiy, it is unthinkable to get anything good from the Eritrean government. Therefore, if he has the ability, he will not hesitate to destroy the country. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed accused the TPLF leadership of massive military preparations, weapons procurement, and military provocations in an interview given in Tigrinya. He also said that he would confirm that there will never be a war started in Tigray on behalf of the federal government. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy's interview, which aired on Tuesday, March 3, 2026, focused mostly on issues related to the Tigray region and Eritrea. Abiy, more than half of his 40-minute interview with the Ethiopian news service was spent answering questions about the Tigray war and the Pretoria Agreement. Abiy, who stated that the federal government has fulfilled its obligations under the Pretoria Agreement, said the problem now concerns the residents who were displaced from the Wogadishu area. This was not successful because of the stubborn stance of the forces that remained, he said, blaming the group that he said was within the TPLF. We have talked many times, and our people still know what our beliefs are. But because of the stubborn stance of the forces that remained, what we intended could not be achieved, he said. Abiy, who cited the issue of the displaced residents of Wogadishu as the biggest homework in the Pretoria Agreement, was heard saying the displaced must return to their places. He also criticized the TPLF's disregard for the Constitution and institutions as one of the reasons for the non-fulfillment of the Pretoria Agreement that ended the two-year war. He also cited the evidence of the accusations that they did not accept the law of the National Electoral Board. The Prime Minister expressed his belief that if all parties do their part, most of the problems will be resolved, but accused the TPLF leaders of preparing for war. The group that remained is engaged in extensive military preparations. What is most surprising is that they are aligned with forces that are openly anti-Ethiopian, he said. According to Abiy, the group has placed its hope in external forces because the hope in its members and the people is weakening. We are seeing the people of Tigray, especially the youth, including the militants, refusing to go to war, he said. However, Abiy accused the group of conducting military campaigns within its capabilities and exploiting Tigray's gold and other minerals and using them to purchase weapons. Abiy said that the TPLF is carrying out its war campaign, citing reasons such as being removed from the electoral board and the fact that displaced people have not returned to their villages. He also called these problems of his own making. If my position goes beyond words and turns into military aggression, I can only say, the flood will take you away, as you thought before, he warned. He added, for our part, I would like to confirm and state that there is absolutely no war to be started in Tigray. Our people should know that we have no desire or intention to start a war in Tigray again. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy accused the TPLF of massive military preparations at a time when tensions between the federal government and Tigray forces are threatening to escalate into a full-scale conflict. The two forces clashed in January in areas bordering the Tigray region with the Amhara and Afar regions. The decision of the Federation Council last week to hold elections for the House of People's Representatives outside the Tigray region in the disputed areas under the Amhara region after the Tigray War has further exacerbated tensions. In a statement issued against this decision, the TPLF stated that a heavy military siege and prohibition of basic needs and services had been imposed on the region. Abiy, although he mentioned in his interview yesterday that the federal government is sending budget to Tigray, the interim administration of the region has been reporting that the subsidy budget and fuel supply have been cut off since October. Air transport services to the Tigray region were suspended for 5 days in January during clashes between federal and Tigray forces. Banks in the region have also reduced the amount of money their customers can withdraw in a single day to 2,000 bear, residents told the BBC. Residents also said that many residents of the region, especially young people, are traveling to Addis Ababa to escape the possibility of renewed war. Abiy, who accused the TPLF leadership of preparing for war, gave an interview yesterday indicating that the group has ties to the Eritrean government. They accused the Eritrean government of unthinkable things. Therefore, if it has the ability, it will not hesitate to destroy the country. However, we will not give him a chance to harm our people again because we know him well. I believe that if he tries, it will be his last attempt, he warned. The Ethiopian government has repeatedly made such accusations against Asmara, but Eritrea has denied the allegations. In response, it has accused the Ethiopian government of committing war crimes in the name of sovereign seaports. Somali police raid Mogadishu hotel, arrest Puntland presidential advisor. Somali security forces raided a hotel in the capital overnight, wounding 2 federal lawmakers and arresting a senior advisor to the Puntland president, amid escalating political tensions between Mogadishu and the semi-autonomous region. The operation took place during the pre-dawn hours at a hotel in Mogadishu, where several members of the Federal Parliament of Somalia had been staying after reportedly being prevented from traveling in recent days. Lawmakers told Shabelle TV that at least 2 MPs were injured during the raid. Security forces also detained Ahmed Abdi Mahmoud, an advisor to Puntland President Said Abdullahi Deni, who was staying at the same location. In a statement, the Somali police force confirmed the arrest, alleging that Her had been involved in activities threatening national security, but provided no further details. The incident comes against the backdrop of a deepening political dispute between Somalia's federal government and Puntland authorities, centered on constitutional issues and cooperation between state and federal institutions. There was no immediate comment from Puntland officials regarding the raid or the arrest.